Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another G.I. Joe Mission Critical unboxing. This is for the first expansion, which is Heavy Firepower. So this is a little bit different than some of the other Power Rangers expansions, because all the other Power Rangers expansions always had either they're a big box set which had 5 new characters, which is generally a team of Rangers or a set of couple different sets of teams mashed together, like 3 and 3, and then a full set of villains and foot soldiers and everything. So it's kind of like mirrors the core set, just without all the extra components. Or they've just been releasing either teams or villain packs. So you had like just a team of Power Rangers or just a team of villains with some sort of commonality group. So this actually does it a little bit different because it's a mixture of both. So we're, instead of getting 5 new characters, we're only getting 3 new Joes, but we're getting 2 new villains to play as. So it'll be interesting to see if this is how they kind of keep doing it. If they're gonna, if this is just because they want extra content right off the bat, because the original Power Ranger Kickstarter had kind of like stretch goals and all that stuff, and they went away from doing that because I think they realized they didn't want to lock characters behind Kickstarter stretch goals, or keep having to buy a big giant box, or keep remaking a big giant box with like 20-30 characters in it, which is like $100 set. So I think this was a little bit better. So but yeah, I wonder if this is how they're gonna keep doing this, is releasing these small sets with like, here's like three or four Joes that go together, here's a couple new villains, and they're gonna kind of keep releasing it in little waves like that. Maybe like next pack we might get like 2 Joes, and maybe we'll get like 1 villain and like some new foot soldiers, or we'll get like a nemesis and like a boss. So it'll be interesting to see what their how they release their packs from now on. Alright, so this is Heavy Firepower. So this kind of sets up the second team. So if you've watched the original videos, you know that the way the characters work is they usually have 10 cards in their deck. And 4 of those cards each have doubles. So that gives you 8 of your cards. The 9th card is your signature. Usually it's a weapon, but it could be like a special skill or something like that, because I do take All-American Hero. Then the last card, the 10th card in everyone's deck, is like the team ability. But again, where Power Rangers had different sets of teams from different eras, the G.I. Joes are just Joes. They don't specifically have teams. So they have but they're giving them each different, at least so far there. So all the characters in the core box have the same team card, and then all the characters in this box have the same team card. So it kind of be neat if they keep releasing the little waves like that, where they give each of these guys little special different abilities. I'm glad they didn't just keep putting the same one in all of them. But yeah, we're going to get 3 Joes, 2 villains, get some new vehicle cards. I'm going to guess we're always going to get generally about 1 vehicle card per hero, but it might not always end up that way. Yep, so basically just add these cards into your vehicle deck, nothing else, and then you can use a different lieutenant if you want to choose a different one, and you can swap out a boss. So we get a second boss in the game, so that gives us 4 lieutenants to play as, and 2 bosses. And all the awesome people that worked on this game. So let's go ahead and just hop in and look at this. I don't want to spend too much time yammering about other stuff. So we're going to start off with Roadblock. Everyone's favorite character. Or if you watch the live-action G.I. Joe movies, which, hit or miss on whether you like them or not, but this would have been the Rock's character. So I have Roadblock here, who's going to have Marvin F. Hitting, who has heavy weapons. Once per battle, when an enemy card is defeated, you may spend 1 energy to deal excess hits from that card to an adjacent enemy. So that's definitely a cool ability. If you end up rolling something, I need to take out this guy. He has 2 hits, or he has 3 hits, but I want to make sure I do it, so I'm going to roll 5 or 6 dice just to guarantee I take that card out. You do, but you end up rolling really well. You roll 5 dice, and you roll a bunch of doubles, so you get 8 damage, and you only needed to do 3. great, you can put them other 5 to something else, and maybe take out another guy or weaken another guy. So it's definitely a cool ability to have access to. Then we'll see what his cards do to support that. So where is he? Here's Roadblock. I love this miniature too. He's got this huge, giant gun. Which definitely, if you're talking heavy weapons, or, heavy firepower expansion, that's definitely screams that with that weapon right there. So what are his cards? He's going to have 2 copies of Flush 'em Out. An attack which has 3 dice for 1 cost. If the target has guard keyword, add 1 die to this attack. So we had Scarlet in the base set, who gave you ways to avoid or to get around the guard, to go other ways. Roadblock here's just like, I'm going to run right through them guard characters instead. So instead of having to dodge around them, he's like, I'm just going to aim at them, take them out. And he gets 4 dice. And again, that could work really well with this thing, because some of them guard characters might only have like 2 or 3 health. Boom, I hit him with 4 dice, and then I could spend that to maybe take out one of the guys he was blocking. So 2 for 1 there. He's got 2 copies of Suppressing Fire, a 2 dice attack for 0 cost. The next time a hero suffers damage, reduce that damage by 1. Not bad, that either. Plus, this is the next time any hero, so it doesn't have to be a target. It's not till the end of the turn. Just one of the things you might want to make sure you use it earlier in the battle. Just so you can actually make good advantage of it. Alright, we have 2 copies of Immovable Object, which is a reaction. Play this card when the hero reveals a card for defense. Add 1 shield to that card. Special defense, which is the little star. If this card is revealed for defense, it gains +1 shield. So, that's definitely super powerful as well. So he has one thing, added dice to take out guard cards. He has a second one where he can prevent damage from somebody else. Here he can help add a shield to a card, which isn't the same as damage prevention, but it could be just as good. But it also has its special defense, which is nice. But the fact it's also a reaction, so it's like, he's not directly ignoring, so it's not going from 3 damage to 2, but it's giving them an extra shield, which you could utilize however you need, though, too. So if, like, one of your heroes takes 3 damage, and you draw 1 card, adding 1 shield to that's not necessarily going to be really helpful, so you might not want to waste this card. But if they have, if they're taking, that damage, and you're taking 3 damage, and you draw 2, you could draw the 3, so that way you don't add a shield to it, so that's 3 shields, you don't have to then draw another card. Definitely cool. Plus the star defense, I like that they're spreading them amongst all of the characters, so it's not just one character's just focusing on this, because that way other characters that utilize that ability can utilize it more as a team. Alright, he's got 2 copies of Always Time for a Cookout. This is a maneuver. Gain 1 energy, and each hero may place 1 card in their hand on top of their deck. You may immediately play an additional card. So 1 free energy, which helps you pay for something else, not bad. Then each hero basically may essentially heal 1. Cost of a card in their hand, but maybe if you're getting towards the end of combat, you ran out of energy because they drained your energy, or someone spent a bigger attack and now you can't afford 1. It might be worth putting it back on there, or embracing for a hit. His signature is this giant gun he has, which is called Energy Cannon. 3 cost, of course, has 5 dice. After resolve this attack, if the target was defeated, deal excess hits from the attack to an enemy card of your choice. This is basically his ability again, and it seems to be kind of mirroring that with a lot of these characters, is their signature weapon, or signature ability, whichever you want to call it, is going to kind of mirror what their ability card does, which is perfectly fine. Because if it's a good ability, why not have option to use it twice? And then the team ability is called Fight for Freedom. So this would be the shared card that all 3 of them have. So attack does 2 dice. After resolve this attack, you may spend 1 energy to allow another hero to immediately play 1 card with an energy cost of 0. So you get an attack for 0, and then you can spend 1 energy to let somebody else play an extra card for 0. So you basically get 2 attacks for the price of 1. But it has to be another hero. So what also is interesting on here is that there's 5 people showing on here. We have Roadblock here. We have Bombshell over here, and the second guy over is Gung Ho, who is the 3 characters in this set. But then we also have 2 other characters, who I'm not sure who the guy in the middle is, off the top of my head, and I think the guy on the green, I want to say that's, my brain wants to say it's Beachhead, but it could be Firefly. My G.I. Joe lore is failing me right now. So it's kind of interesting, because I wonder then if this was originally planned to be a 5-pack set, like this is going to be like the second team, and then for whatever reason they just decided to cut it down and instead put 2 villains in there instead of making just a Ranger team. Not a Ranger team, Joe team. Or if these other 2 might pop up in like the next set, maybe they'll have like, here's 2 more Joes that finish off this set of 5, and they'll have this card as well, and then they'll have maybe like like 1 more boss, like a Nemesis, and something like that. So again, that'll be interesting to see if those are the next 2 characters revealed. Alright, let's look at our next character. Up next, we have Gung Ho. And I keep wanting to call him Gun Ho, but it's Gung Ho. If I can get him out of there. Alright, so he's packed and ready to go. This guy looks like he's going to be able to pull his little tiny, it's like a submachine gun maybe. He's got a gun on his backpack there, gun on that side. Big giant, he's ready. He is Gung Ho. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe the actual term is gung ho. And I've just always referred to it as being gun ho. Like you're gun and you're ready to go. Like gun, maybe. So this is, I'm not going to pronounce his name right. Etienne R. Lafayette. So I think he's French. I might be wrong. He's a jungle specialist. Once per battle, when you reveal a star defense ability, for defense, you may resolve that ability in additional time. Ooh, so that could definitely be fun. Again, with a lot of the other Joes having even like 1 card, it's not, even if their main abilities aren't focused on having star abilities, that's going to let a lot more characters use this without having to try and make a weird special team for it. Alright, that's not the right cards. Here we go. BAYOU Brawler. Oh, so I'm thinking it's French, is what I said. And now with BAYOU, I'm wondering if it is, like, Cajun. Maybe he's from down south. Which could be French like French down there they have. Alright, so he has an attack of 2 dice for 0 cost with special defense. If this card is revealed for defense, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Yeah, you're going to take a hit anyhow. You may as well do a free point of damage. Plus, with his ability, you have the option, if you really needed to get that 1 extra hit to maybe finish someone off. There you go. 2 copies of Fearless Charge. 1 cost 2 dice attack. After resolve this attack, you may choose 1 card with a star ability from your discard pile and place it on top of your deck. That is incredible. Getting attacked and then essentially set up your next defense ability with one of his other cards, because that last one had 2 shields, and you'd set it up and have that ready. So use this, gets discarded. You can play this later, have him set up for, hey, so he has to take damage next turn. We know we're going to take it. Have him play this first, take that damage, but then you're going to deal 1 back. That's crazy. 2 copies of Swivel Arm Battle Grip. 1 cost attack for 3 dice. After resolve this attack, if the target was not defeated, return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. Ooh, that's cool too. So you get it right back if you didn't defeat them, so you can shoot them a second time. This is very helpful as well, like, if you're playing, like, a longer battle with, like, 8 cards, like, 4 boss, lieutenant, or nemesis cards, and, like, 4 foot soldiers, because now your team has 8 cards to play, so if you only have 2 or 3 heroes in there, instead of, like, the full team of 5, you're going to each need to play more cards, so this will give you the option of getting one of those back right away. He's got 2 copies of RECONDO. It's a 0 cost maneuver. Gain 2 energy and place this card on top of your deck. Special defense. If this card was revealed for defense, the next time any hero performs an attack during this battle, add 1 die to that attack. This guy's definitely going to be a good defender. Place this and you get your defense back right away. Plus that 2 energy would help you with that other card. You could play it twice because you have the 2 energy to pay for it. His signature is the grenade launcher. 3 for 5 dice. And special defense. If this card was revealed for defense, you may discard 1 card from your hand to roll 2 dice and deal that much damage to an enemy card of your choice. Nice. So basically just shoot a grenade at whoever if it's for defense. Yeah, so you throw this guy and he'll work as a great meat shield. And plus you could use some of these star abilities twice. So it says after you resolve this attack, you may choose 1 card with the ability. Yeah, so you could play your grenade launcher and then you could use it to attack and then use this to put it back on there. And you may discard a different card to roll 2 dice and deal damage. Then use his special ability to do that a second time. So that could be a pretty good defense comeback. And then his team is yelling another Fight for Freedom card. Alright, so our last Joe is Bomb Strike, which I like because now it gives us more female representation. I don't know how many different female Joes there are, but the more we get, I know we haven't got Lady J yet, so she'll probably be in one of the upcoming sets, I'm sure. Alright, so Bomb Strike, Alyssa Arstall, forward air control. Once per battle after a vehicle without passive keyword is used, you may return it to the power board instead of discarding it. Cool, so with her and Cobra Girl, they're both going to play, if you play them together, it's kind of be interesting, because they'll both be doing a lot of vehicle stuff. So if you have them on the same team, whether it's the same battle or not, you're going to have a lot of vehicle interaction. So she's going to have 2 copies of Way Ahead of You, 0 cost attack for 2 dice. If there are at least 4 foot soldiers on the power board, you may gain either 1 energy or add 1 die to this attack. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so like right off the bat, it's not going to be very helpful, but as you start taking guys out, you got some good options there. You don't spend too many on vehicles. 2 copies of Locked On, 1 cost attack for 3 dice. If this attack defeats a target, place 1 foot soldier figure from the supply onto the power board. So it's kind of neat. So this actually gets an extra character out there. So basically getting extra defeat off of a foot soldier. That's really cool. Plus it works well with the other one. Gets 2 for 1. The UVA Reconnaissance, 1 cost maneuver. Remove 1 foot soldier from another location and place it onto the power board. She's just all about playing with this power board. I really love this. Getting rid of another character from somewhere else off the board is nice. Plus the fact that you're not just straight up eliminating it. It's like Power Rangers had, I think it's the Mastodon Zord card. If you got that, lets you just automatically eliminate 1 guy once per turn, basically, or once per round. So that's not bad, but then this does essentially the same thing, except you can use this every time you have this card. So we have 2 copies of Remote Control. Play this card when a hero uses a vehicle to reduce its cost by 1. You may play this card at any battle regardless of its location. That is definitely cool. So she can be in 1 battle. She can start eliminating guys from other zones. To put them on the mission board, or power board, she can start using them to pay for vehicles. She can replace vehicles. She can make them cheaper. And she could use this. She can use this even if she's not in that battle. That's crazy. And then her signature is targeted airstrike. 6 dice. You may remove up to 3 foot soldiers from the power board to reduce the energy cost of this card by an equal amount. Ooh, nice. You could basically make this a free 6 dice attack. You may play this card in any battle regardless of location. Oh, that's even crazier. So like someone really needs to... we gotta do 6 damage. Move 3 foot soldiers, boom, she can hit them for free without having to waste all your energy. That is crazy. I love that. Very different type of character. Opposite like Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes wants to go alone. She'll be fine being in a different zone, but then, taking out other guys. And then we have Fight for Freedom again. Alright, so those are our 3 brand new Joe characters. Let's look at our 3 new vehicles. Let's zoom out a little bit here. So we have another 2 cost. Which is nice, because we only had 1 2 cost in the base game, so we have a second 2 cost, the Falcon, which is a glider. Use this card when any hero performs an attack to ignore the guard keyword while choosing a target. Nice. Yeah, anyone can just automatically have that ability. A 3 cost Shark, Submersible Reconnaissance. I remember these toys. Until the end of this battle, each time a hero suffers damage, they may choose 1 card in their hand and place it on top of their deck. I wonder the timing on this. It's a passive, so once you play this, you get it till the end of battle. Each time a hero suffers damage, they may choose 1 card in their hand and place it on top of their deck. My assumption would be you get to place that before you take the damage. So basically, you can, you're going to take 3 hits. You could opt to put a 3 shield card down if you wanted to beforehand. This should work really great with like Gung Ho with his star defense abilities, so that'd be really helpful with that. Then we have another big 6 cost, which we only had 1 of those in the base game too. So we have Dragonfly XH1, the Assault Copter. Deal 1 hit to each enemy card. That's worth 6 right there. Free hit on every card. And if you play this right off the bat, you can have 1 damage on up to 8 cards. Definitely could make some of them very easy. Then you could tie that into some of the other abilities that maybe let you beginning of the combat do 1 free damage. You might be able to take out a fast card before it even activates. So definitely cool there. I love seeing what different designs they'll come up with for the vehicles. Alright, so then let's look at our bad guys. We have Scrap Iron. I love this miniature. He's got a rocket launcher with smoke coming out of it. It's definitely cool. Got little missiles strapped to his back as well. That's just crazy. Alright, so he's a lieutenant, so he's like the monster type class. He's going to have 3 copies of armor-piercing rounds. So 4 health, which is half the heroes in this battle rounded up. Discard the top card of their deck, then deal 2 damage to each of those heroes. I love this half the heroes because it's I don't think Power Rangers use that often, but I also love just the thematic. Because like GI Joes are like knowing is half the battle, so like they keep using half the heroes. It's kind of a weird play on that. So discard the top card of the deck, then deal 2 damage to each of those heroes. Ooh boy. 2 copies of Laser Guided Brilliant Weapon, a 5 health with guard. 1 hero reveals the top card of the deck. If that card has a shield value of 2, it is discarded. Otherwise, that card is discarded and its ability is resolved again. Oh boy. You do have more 2s than you have other stuff, but this might be better if you could somehow plan it by putting a card on your deck, but otherwise, yeah, that's actually kind of a neat ability. 2 copies of Limitless Ammunition. 4 health, guard, and passive. While this card is in play, heroes cannot attack any scrap iron cards other than limitless ammunition. So now they have guards, he's going to block other stuff, but they can't attack any of his other cards regardless. So even, basically he guards all of his cards plus any other ones. And then his last one is Peerless Inventor. 5 health with passive. While this card is in play, the shield value of all cards is reduced by 1. So I wonder if that works with his other ability here. Because it says if that card has a value of 2, it is discarded. So I wonder if that means if this is in play as well, is it basically you have to defeat this first, otherwise you'd have to draw a 3. Which would make it a lot harder to do. So that's crazy. Plus he's guarding his other cards. This guy could be a trap himself. Luckily he doesn't have any fast cards. And then we're gonna get his deck randomizer card. Alright, then up next we'll have Destro. There's Cobra and Destro. I was trying to sing the theme song and I forgot how it went. So there we go. Good old chrome dome there. I love that he's like shooting like rockets off his wrist. So hilarious to me. Alright, so what does he have? He's a boss, of course. So he's got 3 copies of Surrender or Face Extinction. Deal 2 damage to each hero. Increase this damage by 1 for each hit on Destro cards, including this one. Oh boy, so you need to take this guy out first, because if you hit other stuff, they're all going to become more powerful. 2 copies of Illicit Weapons Dealer. Passive and guard with 4 health. While this card is in play, each time a hero resolves an attack targeting this card, deal 3 damage to that hero, even if it is defeated. Oh, again, take out this one in 1 hit, or you're going to start paying for it. 2 copies of It Is Foolish to Resist. 5 health. Drain 2 energy if another Destro card has suffered hits or been defeated. Drain 4 damage and energy instead. Oh, this guy is devastating. And then his final one is 1 copy of Impenetrable Chrome, guard and passive with 8 health. While this card is in play, each time a hero deals any amount of damage to another Destro card, reduce that amount by 1. Oh, like if all of these are out, like he has like 1 of each of these out, which definitely gives out 4 out, I'm not even sure what order to take them out, because basically you almost have to take out each one in 1 hit, or you're going to pay for it very quickly. Which like some of these, like 4s and 5s, possible, but like 8, it's going to take more than 1 hit to do. But if that's the last one, again, luckily nothing in here has fast, so that's at least one slight upside there. Alright, so that is what we had for G.I. Joe Mission Critical, the Heavy Firepower expansion. Some new characters, some new vehicles, some new villains to fight against in our epic battle of laser guns. Definitely cool. Can't wait to see what they come out with next. So check out the core set if for some reason you haven't checked out that. I'll also be doing another video which is going to show off some of the Renegade exclusive stuff, which are they're basically essentially like pre-order bonuses, but they will be available in the store, so you can check out that video as well. And if you enjoy this type of game, check out the Power Rangers, and keep following back for more of these videos. See you guys later. Bye.